We back with another episode of Textually Active, and we have a guest this week.
This week, we are welcoming back Billy to the show.
Yes, excited to be here.
This week, we talking about co-parenting, especially when you found a new partner.
Billy says communication is key. Tune in right here, right now to find out if that's true.
Especially if you got baby mama, baby daddy trouble.
Hey, so I see all of y'all sharing y'all products, y'all businesses on your Instagram stories, on Facebook. Why not take out an ad on your favorite podcast and get more listens and more eyes on your product? Textually Active is now offering ads to businesses. All you have to do is send us an email and we'll get back to you about how you can get your ad right here on Textually Active. Send us an email right now at textuallyactivepod@gmail.com.
Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Textually Active.
Textually Active.
This is your weekly dose of navigating the digital age while dealing with friendships, relationships, and all the ships in between. I'm Rez. I got Meezy with me.
Yeah.
Billy is here. We got a special guest.
Yes. I'm back.
If you are a long-time listener, you may remember Billy from an episode that we did a while back. And we also have E on the boards. Bling, bling. If you're watching this on YouTube, we got some news to share. We have a new location. We have a new setup. The YouTube is looking very good. I must say so myself. What you think, Meezy?
I'm trying to... You got to be excited. We in here, baby. The Vault live. You know what I'm saying? If you need this production here with us, just like this, you can come here, get your setup. We doing big things. I'm dressing a little bit better today. Everybody looking good. We on the cameras. Don't hold this standard because niggas is broke. And
I can't believe you put on jeans, dog.
That's the first time.
I haven't seen you in jeans since 2019.
Yeah, it's been a while since I done put on jeans.
Yeah,
I probably put on
jeans
jeans in the last 3 years, probably maybe.
Nah.
6 times, so it ain't been that many. 6
This
days
is something else.
out of 2 years is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to show up for the first time. I wore yellow shoes. Look at that. Look at that in the camera. We 4K and shit. But you know the vibes. We here, baby. We about to talk, get into some shit.
Let's do it. So, how's everybody feeling before we get started?
I'm feeling great. It's Saturday. It's a great day.
Billy, do you want to reintroduce yourself to the people before we get started?
So last time I was here, we had tons of fun. Number one is at the old location, and you guys have upgraded and outdone yourselves.
Oh, yeah, we were at the tower.
Yes.
The one with the funky lights.
Loved it. And that environment was great, and to come here with you guys is amazing. So myself, I'm originally from New York, and as you guys know, and live in Delaware now. And
woo, woo, 302, baby.
Yeah. So other than that, just out here, here to be with you guys. Pumped up to be on Textually Active, as always. And I'm glad you invited me back, number one.
Billy was also in our wedding.
Yes, I was. I was one of the Greens men, and it was an amazing time to celebrate with you guys. And yeah, that was pumped. That was fun.
How long have you known EA?
Too long. I've been trying to not be his friend, but I have to be. So, but other than that, no. But it's been
15 years.
How have you been trying to not be somebody's friend?
I don't know. It's challenging. Yeah. Anyway, I'll change the subject a little bit. But no, 15 years. 15 years of knowing E. And the friendship has got nothing but closer. You guys being the godparents to Liam has been everything. My son.
Bottles and everything.
I know. I heard that too.
It's going crazy.
Yeah, just fatouche. That's all I heard.
Going crazy.
But him being the godfather, you guys being the godparents of my son has been a blessing. So you guys are not just friends, y'all are family.
Well, yeah, you hold that thought for just a second.
I will.
As we jump into
the text thread, baby.
Listen, we get a new room and I don't know how to work this thing. Are you ready?
Go.
Yeah.
It's the text thread, baby.
All right, so this week on the text thread, we're coming in hot. Last week, we talked about finances and money and friends. How many of y'all are sharing a Netflix account with a broke friend? Raise your hand.
I am the broke friend.
I was about to say, everybody, all of us are broke.
I'm the friend paying for the Netflix account.
I traded codes with multiple people.
I mean,
and
that's the way to go about it.
None of the codes.
And if we talking about last week, you're not paying for it. The money flows from your husband.
Like water. No, so Netflix just came out and they're wilding. Not only are they raising their prices this month, but they're also trying to eliminate people sharing passwords. And if you know Netflix, like that's one of the things. One person gets Netflix and you share the password with everybody. So it sounds like they're trying to limit the screens as well as like raising their prices. And their reasoning is because they're like, if you want us to keep bringing y'all dope content, y'all gonna have to pay premium prices.
Yep.
So everybody has to pay.
Yeah, I seen that there was an article a while back that said that if Netflix wanted to make money, if they wanted to break even, they needed to charge everybody $40 a month.
Hell no.
I mean, but
Who fault is that?
I mean, they're in a lot of debt with all making all that content.
Who fault is that? Giving
They
Chris
already-
Rock $60 million and we only got one special since then is Netflix fault. You pay that
Talk
nigga
about it.
per project. Giving them up. Monique ain't got no deal. They did that. We ain't talked about that yet.
Maybe they need to talk to an accountant instead of keep trying to make
No,
some
But they also, I don't know if you
content.
read.
Kevin Hart then gave us 3 specials. He was worth the buck. Dave Chappelle worth the buck.
Yeah, he's come through.
Chris Rock has not been worth the buck. Anybody else they've given a deal?
Adam Sandler, he's worth the buck. They
I
gave
don't
him a
know
lot
if
of
he
money.
been worth the buck. Some
He's
of the
been
movies,
making good money.
the
And they
movies
making
ain't been good. It's been some mid. That cobbler shit.
I don't know.
That's a old.
I don't
yeah,
go on Netflix and say, let me see what Adam Sandler's doing. I'm
But
sorry.
the other thing too, I don't know if y'all heard that they said that they're releasing a new movie every week for the year of 2022.
Is it a big movie? Is it a movie we care about?
But I guess that's another reason.
Will
why
Smith is
it's
making
going up.
another one of them bullshit movies he made when he was the cop. That was on Netflix when he was killing niggas.
That was actually pretty good.
All right, he
I
making
like that
okay.
movie.
He making another one of those.
Okay.
So
It's called Bright.
is it called
It's
Bright?
Bright. I
Bright.
thought
He
about
made.
it.
He making another one of them. Like
Listen, we don't talk about this enough. Bright was actually good,
It was.
Right, was good.
and everybody hated it on Twitter. And
He was decent.
They hate watched it, and it was just, and people were like, "Yo, like this joint is actually kind of fun."
nigga gave us spent out $20 million to see Zendaya be a drug addict, and they just yell at each other for an hour and a half.
Right. Like you got grown people acting like they're high schoolers.
Malcolm and Marie, they yell at each other in black and white. They call that
Oh,
art.
yeah. I forgot about that.
So I think what Netflix
It was a
issue
beautiful
is,
film.
we can beat this, bro. You have the password on Mondays. I got it on Tuesdays. He get it on
Like, not
Wednesdays.
split custody with the
They
password.
putting the season out
So
in
you have
full
joint
already.
No, my
Yeah.
question is, as somebody who's given out my Netflix password, I'm the password holder. How do I go back to those people and negotiate more money? Like tell them, hey, I need y'all to start paying me for this Netflix because they raising the price. Like, is that even a question that I can ask now?
Nope.
Or do I
Yes.
just
I think so.
am I cucked?
Nope.
Like I
You
can't
done.
get no money.
You done for that.
I think
They got-
one of the things.
What if I tell them, hey, now it's time for you to start a Netflix and you give me your password? Like, can I do that or no?
You trying to lose some friends, huh?
That's what your goal here is.
Like,
Or swap out a password. Give me a
Hold
password to something else. If I give you my Netflix, let me get your
in the
Hulu.
words of
Something.
Meezy, you better smell that password so you can get that same
Stinky little password back. Cause you know a nigga like me gonna look at you and be like, all right, I'll wait till this shit on Flex and watch it on that. Fire stick poppy me. we got too many options. And 1, 2, 3 movies give you a virus, but it's worth it. I got a MacBook. Ain't no virus
Ain't no
going through
virus.
this. I'm good.
I'm saying if you think about it kind of smells a little broke over at Netflix. Because,
See what I'm saying?
Because Disney Plus ain't saying that.
Disney Plus ain't said a word. They also
Amazon Prime ain't say a word.
So at what price do we cut Netflix off? Because right
When it
now
hits
they
cable
touching the
prices.
20s.
When
They
it
hit
hits
like
cable.
25.
If I
Cable
pay
price-
the cable and price, I'm just saying the cable
Cable
price.
prices are so okay. Let's talk about it. So Hulu, like their live stuff is $70 a month.
Really?
Yeah,
live.
yeah, like their
I don't
live
need
today
that.
live television stuff. Like,
bet.
so
Yes.
you doing it's like $70 a month.
I'm keeping buck.
So
Ain't too much on Netflix I need to watch.
Yeah, I feel like
Ozark's
sometimes,
over.
sometimes for that price,
It's not that I'm going to
it's
Netflix
worth
for.
just cutting it off for a month and maybe just playing for it on a month to month, like canceling it and coming back. Sometimes when you fake like you about to quit something, they'll give you a discount.
That's what they always do. They want you to stay.
Sirius XM radio.
Did y'all know that?
That's what you do?
Yo, every time I'm thinking about going away. They'll be like $3 for 6 months.
Stars do that too. Whenever I'm trying to leave, when power is over and stuff, I'll leave. They'll be like, but we got you $5 a month for 3 months. And I'm like, okay, I could do
Y'all
that.
don't utilize y'all Twitter search bar.
Why?
I done seen every episode of P Valley with no stars. I done seen every Netflix movie that everybody keep talking about without Netflix. I don't know what y'all on, bro.
Wow, you don't be sharing no wealth, man. That's the problem.
You niggas like you and them be looking at me crazy because I know how to cut through the ads just because the next door the MILF been living around the corner for 15 years would you like to click on it? I can get that right out the way.
Speaking of broke, the gas prices is still going up.
Crazy.
And if it keep going up this way, Klarna might got something for y'all broke niggas out there.
Oh. Hold on, what?
Have you heard of Klarna?
Yeah. That's when you get to buy the shit now and pay for it later.
Yeah. So you can pay for your gas in 4 installments. So for all y'all people who got that big body Cadillac truck, that Ford Explorer, that Tahoe, that Hummer, the Trap Hawk. You know what I'm saying it right this time?
No.
Track.
No, yes,
Track Hawk.
I mean, but the thing is, now they're gonna start calling that a trap hawk. That's kind of fire.
In hindsight,
everybody that went out there and got
Yeah.
that Barbie Jeep, that gas is premium. Okay.
See, you gotta understand.
What should they have gotten, Meezy?
They need that little Prius.
The little
They need that
Toyota.
little Corolla.
Stop playing and go get
Hey,
yourself a
niggas trying to
Hyundai.
flex now. Go get a Tesla.
You better get an e-bike, boy.
Okay.
Fam, there's no way you driving from here to Delaware on an e-bike. You gonna be on 95 for 95 days.
For real. So it's been announced that Klarna may be in the business of accepting payments for gas. Would y'all do it?
No, because
No.
this sound like a trap.
Listen, if y'all
Facts.
doing this, we may need to have another conversation.
$50 a week for 4 weeks is a big number that I can't do the math on right now. But if
200. But
I mean,
There you go.
You just gonna be,
You got it, bro.
There you
gonna
go.
Be in debt without being in debt.
You,
So, like-
yeah.
$200 for gas for the month is what you got to pay. And from what I'm understanding, gas pumps they got TV and you can watch a great show while you pumping your gas, but they don't got internet. So Karma's about to hit you with a Karma card, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some interest on that.
Oh, word.
Listen, Klarna is not. They're not slick because they announcing it now because they like, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. And then right after those taxes go away, they're gonna be like, you know what? Klarna got something for me.
Right. You gonna
They did
remember.
the same thing
I
with
forgot
air
it's
flights.
tax season. How it
You know
feel?
why? You know why?
Get money.
Because ain't nobody getting it. Them niggas ain't work. They had them PPPs. Them niggas trying to dodge the jakes.
It is kind of quiet this tax season. Dang.
Niggas ain't work. They lived out their PPPs and now Biden want them babies back.
Niggas ain't work all 2020.
Ain't worked all 2020, 2021. Now this is why gas is crazy. Gas so high, I'm starting to think that designer they wearing was fake.
Makes sense. I could see.
Like if you complaining about gas,
Yeah.
that ain't real Balenci.
For real. No, but people spend stuff on what they want to spend stuff on. Gas, either way, when I go to the gas pump, I know I'm going to spend $30. Like that's just how much I'm going to spend.
Yep.
Anything over $30 is not happening.
When you got privilege and you don't know it.
The price, it don't matter to me because I'm putting $30 in there no matter what.
This is hilarious because I feel like we live in a society where niggas ain't filling up every time they go to the pump. Like I feel like it's some
Half
niggas
the
out
tank
there.
is a
I'll be the
full
first. I'll be the
Half the
first
tank is a
person to
full
say.
tank.
I'll be the first person to say. I've been to I've been there before, where you ain't got that money in your account, but you know the gas station that'll still let your card go.
You gotta have $5 on the card.
Yeah, and it'll still let your card go.
We ain't got no overdraft.
I've been there
over here.
before,
Overdraft protection is just like Karma.
So you can
Karma.
get some gas.
That's all it is. It's just
Before Klarna, we had $5 in that account. Yo, put $4.50 on pump number 2, please. Thank you,
Story
and
time.
mind your business too while you do it.
One time I was so broke and I did the overdraft game and then I was like, oh shit, I got function outside. And so you keep the water jug of money.
Oh, so you was really giving gas tank on E, but all drinks on me.
Yeah, the water jug of change. I take it to the bank because if you take it to the corn store, they get a little 10%. So you just take it to the bank until I'm on deposit it. And when I took it there, the lady was like,
You gotta roll it.
she said,
That's what they do now too.
she said, we can accept this. And I can give you the money for this. We usually don't do this because your account is negative, but we see you get paid tomorrow, so it's all right. I was like, thank God, thank God.
Yeah.
You got the bank
Hold on.
pocketing you like that.
Hey, she was like,
I
we
see you get
we
paid
see you get paid tomorrow.
I'm like, oh.
We'll let it slide today.
Here's to growth, man.
She would have said that. I'd have been like,
How do you know my business, man?
Oh, it was
She did a
thankful.
deep
I feel
search.
like that's a
Yeah,
HIPAA
bank account.
violation.
That look HIPAA violation is hilarious.
That's breaking all types of rules.
That is.
Nah, she said it to me. It was in private. It was cool. I was
whispered
fine.
it to
She
you.
gave me the little
She
40.
publicly would do your stuff.
She gave me the little 40. I
Nah,
gave her
like,
my
like-
That's
account
hilarious.
number and shit. She seen it.
You know what's
know
embarrassing?
Not going like, yo, yeah, we see you kind of broke over there. Like,
She definitely did. What if I'd have been trying to bag it? That would have been a horrible day.
You got to be a money man to try to bag something at the bank. You got to have money because she's looking right at it.
Every
Like,
time.
what you have in there.
all right, I'm not gonna say it.
But
I just feel like like bank tellers and like phlebotomists are like the same, like it's kind of the same level. It's like it's no one's fancy. like you ain't
and
gonna.
can we talk about it for a
bottomless
second?
and
Because
big
that's all I
tellers.
mean about this. And the people at the leasing office who be giving you all that strife, talking about you need to make 3 months rent or something like that to be able to live here. Bitch, do you make 3 months rent?
Not at all.
Like you don't even live here.
Like you don't? Do you live?
You don't
here?
even live here. Why
you
are you
can't
here?
even live here.
Back up.
You have a wristband? Where's your membership?
For some reason, one of the leasing managers live in our building, and I keep seeing them come down the steps, and I be wanting to tell them, "Hey, fam, is your rent going up? Because somebody is. What's up?"
You know, they don't pay rent, bro. The maintenance man doesn't pay rent.
I don't feel
So they
like this
fix
is
it.
fair.
No,
I don't
yeah.
feel like this is fair. The lady next to us, a fire smoke alarm went off for 6 hours.
Shut
she
up.
wasn't even at home, and she walked in and said, "I don't know what's going on." Like something is not right here, people. We need justice, rent justice. I would say boycott, but don't nobody want to be homeless. So we gotta figure this
gotta
out.
fight back.
We not.
You know what we would do if we all had the same 24 hours? Become owners. Let's have an ownership talk. You know,
Hey,
Nah.
y'all not ready for that.
No,
Y'all
no,
not ready
nigga.
for that? Or you
I
not
like
having that
calling
talk?
the maintenance man, tell him come change this fucking light bulb.
right.
This guy, you know how to put a water heater in? Because I
don't.
don't.
And don't. YouTube do though.
I don't. Call that super right now, sir.
Look, she's saying all that like she gonna do it. She gonna be like, "Oh, you got what you need." All right.
Yeah. I can change the shower head. I got that waterfall joint in there now. It's fire. Like, I can do that. That's about
We
as
got
far-
that one too.
As far as I got.
That shit is nice. Moving right along, we got one more thing for the text thread. Niggas is nasty.
From what I've been
Just
hearing.
like the gas prices is nasty, but niggas is nastier.
That's what I've heard.
What's going on?
I'm not a nasty nigga, but apparently late last week that Lotto is on a promo tour, promo run for her new album that's coming out. I think it's called 777. You know, like jackpot.
Got it.
Boom.
Formerly known as Big Lotto, but anyway, never mind. Formerly known as Mulatto, but now she's going as Lotto, but it's not Lotto. But she's don't get me started. Anyway, it's Latto, which isn't Lotto, but the album's called 777. So how does that translate to lottery? Am I overthinking it?
You're on it, but
You own it, but I'm confused. Why you confused?
I'm just like, why didn't you just change it all the way?
I mean, but
it's okay, whatever. We still fuck with her. She's the biggest, all right?
I mean, but T-Pain has also rhymed mansion with Wisconsin.
And sure did, and we didn't pay it any mind. All right.
We paid
That's
it
okay.
mine. We just let it slide.
I just don't want her to think that we don't know how to read. I know how to read, and
So-
I know context, okay?
So Big Lotto is on a promo tour, and they were asking her like, what are some of the difficulties she's had, like, you know, being a female in a game. And she point blank came out and said that there's some guys in the industry that make it tough for women to clear features from that artist, those guys, on her songs because she won't answer their DMs. And, you know, that's... E said earlier in pre-poll that's borderline Me Too. That's Me Too adjacent. And it's hard out here for these ladies. It's hard. You know, they go through a lot of shit. And it's probably tough being a artist and having to deal with somebody might be holding up a hit that could help you because you won't fuck.
it's nasty. And she said it was somebody who was on her album, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said she loved the song so much that she was like, I'm willing to deal with this. And if it get cleared, and I'm going to use it.
and she's not going to tell us anything else.
I mean, niggas is gonna do the math when that track list come out. We gonna start which names on here.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's gonna be on Reddit or Twitter first.
Yeah.
Oh, as soon as that track list hit that Instagram thing, them comments gonna know. Oh, the nasty nigga was blank.
Has the track list come out yet?
Not yet.
If we had to guess, male artist, who do you think it is?
I'm going with Fabio Foreign is my answer. Because Fabio did a XXL freestyle where there is a clip with Mulatto present. She was on the roster that year, and she did a freestyle, and there's a video of him looking very creepily at her. And then after she finished, it was his turn, and one of the bars we're referencing where he says, something, 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 fuck Mulatto. So,
yeah.
I'm going to go with that.
Edie, you got somebody?
Nah, I'm good. I ain't got a dog in this fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Me neither.
I don't know. I wouldn't know who to name.
I'm going to name it. I'm going to say it because it's a lot of speculation going around about who it is.
Is she really dating 21? I've heard that.
We don't know.
He's on the album.
He's on the album.
Yeah,
he's
okay,
the
so
lead
it could
single.
be 21.
So it's not. She said it
wasn't.
Yeah.
She said it wasn't 21.
Okay,
So
that's cleared.
that is narrowing down our options when we see the track list.
Okay.
If there's one other person featured,
Well, listen, I think.
Plot twist. What happens if it's a woman on the track list?
Oh, I think it's a hell of a way to talk about your album, though, and get people to get eyes on it. Now people are going to look at it and say, "I really need to listen to this song."
Time out.
I don't
hear who it is.
Time out.
I think
I'm gonna give some cut back. It's gonna go. Let's see who's on this track list. And that's it. That's it. If you ain't
Nobody's going to press play.
No, I wasn't going to.
I thought people were going to press play.
Now, if she would have said the nigga name and then like said the guy's name, then that makes me be like, all right, let me see if this song was good enough.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That'd be probably the only time people play it because all they said is this. She didn't want to get rid of the song so bad because she liked it. So now let's see how good this song is.
Yeah, I want to hear how good the song is.
But I think it's crazy because I don't think women in the industry should.
It's the song that has a star next to it on Apple Music.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever changed.
That's how you do it.
And nobody knows how they do that either, because it be songs where albums come out be like 9 stars on here. I'm like, how the fuck? Everybody listen to all of this?
You would think that the industry changed a bit, but
Never.
Niggas is still nasty.
Niggas is nasty.
So
we don't care about anybody. Like the industry don't care about niggas. They'll steal money from the guys. They'll clout the guys or boycott the girl. Like nobody cares. We are as people selfish as shit.
So what you think the DM said? What it smell like, Lotto?
That sound like me, bro. That's not me in them DMs. Relax. Lotto doing snake a little bit.
Oh no.
Probably some witty like rapper shit that you say, like, what color bird can you want?
Niggas probably put the they probably put the looking eyes in there. Yeah, niggas be so basic. Like, hey. Hi. Yo.
Try to bag it.
Yo with an extra O.
Let me hit that jackpot.
Talk about you ain't respond to the DM. The DM ain't say nothing. It said, yo, hi, we're talking right now. Why do you want me to respond to your DM? This is weird. Anywho, let's go ahead and take a break and come back with our discussion for the week.
You need promotion and visibility for your product? Why not do it right here on Textually Active? It's a space right here that you can add to. If you got a podcast, a book club, a vinyl, a candle set, whatever it is you do, we might need some lashes. You can promote your product right here on Textually Active. Be sure to click the link wherever you're listening to this to, and you can get more information there. Promote your stuff right here.
We're back. So let's get right into it this week. You know, last time we had Billy here, he talked about being a single father, but things have changed.
Single father is a wild term.
He was a single father.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Because when you say single mother, we just assume that the father's not around.
He's absent.
But like a single father is when Drake said it, I thought it was nuts.
Well, when he had his son, he was on his own. So that's a single father.
But
another
the
thing
mom is in his life. Like,
another thing.
Okay, so it's co-parenting. You're
Yes,
right.
co-parenting.
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 Single father is crazy.
But that's how you go viral. Single father.
Single father. And I'm just like, yeah. Like, yeah, that's
Like, the whole time
is.
He's like, no.
No, I'm not a single father.
Oh my gosh.
But things have changed, and in society today, I know a lot of my single friends, they talk about how they don't want to date somebody who has kids because they don't want to deal with all the stuff that goes along with it. Last week or the week before, we talked about that tweet where the girl was like, she wanted to get rid of her fiance's kid because she didn't want to deal with having a stepchild. So dating must have been like challenging, right?
Of course. It's because at the end of the day, I'm trying to find someone who's not going to just be compatible with me, but also my son.
Right.
Because that's the main, what it is and still is my main priority. And just making sure I'm going to be the father I can for him, but also the woman that's going to be in my life. You could be that person that he can also look up to outside of his own mom, but also another woman figure that can say, okay, cool, I can talk to her as well if mom isn't available at the time or whatever. So that was key for me.
Yeah, it's like having a bonus mom.
100%.
That's how you have to think about it. Not like stepping in and taking somebody else's place, but stepping in and adding something
value
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Billy check off all the timeline trigger topics: entrepreneur, business owner, explain yourself, a father figure. Like, you check off all of those trigger words that they use for like now as the millennial. So he got all of that intact.
And they're gonna say that his hat is too tight.
That's
no,
crazy.
they're not.
That's
No, they're not.
crazy.
Don't
But
listen
yeah,
to
you do that. So like you balancing a wild work life balance type of thing. Like
yeah.
to be the father. Like, what's your relationship with your father like?
Great. My dad and I talk all the time. My parents, I should say, but my dad and I talk about the man side real quick. My dad and I talk often, at least 3 times a week, just keeping in contact with each other, because I think that's important for me as a man who's still growing. As a man, even though, I'm there, but at the end of the day, there's still always level of growth, and I'm trying to still be that example for my son to see. Like, I'm continuing to talk to my dad, which is, your grandpa's on the phone, and always when they're on the phone, I'm putting Liam on the phone first, and then me and my dad talk. So that's always been key to me as well. My mom, the same thing. So, but yeah, man, it's challenging. You talked about like just keeping things in line and making sure that it's a challenge, but it's a challenge that I'm up to that challenge. I have to be, especially if I want to move on in my life, I have to be up for that challenge. Yeah. So, yeah. That's cool.
I be trying to like figure out. We having this conversation today because we know Billy, but Billy is like one of those rarities. Like, you don't see too many. Like, we see him and his lady, and they out, they travel.
Oh yeah, because he's dating now. We didn't say that.
He's dating now. He has found a partner now, and like they're out traveling, they're doing these things. But for the most part, it's like even TV entertainment. Kanye's going to this other thing. You never get to see the like
positive
of like, hey, my girl and my baby mama are not beefing. They're not online sending shots at each other and yelling and doing all this shit.
I think that's a part of the reason why some women try to stay away from it, is because they see the negative side of it. They see, oh, the baby's 3. He has to still be messing around with the lady that he had the baby with. Or, oh, they co-parent and they're doing it well. They must still be sleeping together or having a relationship together. Or, oh, they hate each other. So now it just so happens that since they hate each other, they hate anybody else who comes into the situation too. So seeing it on the positive side is rare for people. Like, we don't normally see that. So how did you make that happen?
Well, the biggest thing about it was from day one, we talked about it. Me and my son's mom, we simply said, whoever comes in our life next, we just want to make sure that, first of all, they're compatible with our son. That's it. And we were like, that's just going to be the biggest thing about it. And then, of course, working, our way back from there with what we want as people. So, as mom and dad. So at the end of the day, the biggest part about it was just saying, hey, for the first, this is what we decided to do. I said, for the first, several months, I'm not just going to introduce my son to anybody. So I want to make sure that the woman who come in my life, we have a great relationship. And if I seen like, okay, cool, she's, wants kids and, wants this, that, and the third. And then there's a side that I'm like, what, I feel comfortable from there to introduce. But I also was going to let her know, like, listen, I'm thinking about bringing this lady around, at that time of conversation, whoever the next lady was in my life, bringing her around. So I'm going to let you know. You're going to get the heads up. But it was going to be some time. I said, at least for the first year, I was just trying to focus on me being a parent and me growing as a man. So it was a year actually before my girlfriend now actually met my son. I was seeing her, she came over, and then that was the weekends I didn't have Liam. You know what I mean? And then vice versa. If I had him, she would, jump on the phone and go from there. So that's how it was in our relationship. And then she also knew, Liam's mom also knew from that point. So when and I got together, it was just that. I'm name dropping.
Name. Look.
Darn Skippy. So at the end of the day,
Claim her.
Claim her, King.
So no, when it came to that, we basically said that, and then not only that, she knew. I told her, this is the agreement that I'm having with my son's mom. How do you feel? And she was like, I agree with that 100%. And that's where I guess a lot of the part of the relationship that kept mending the right way was that, because everyone knew how everything was going to flow, and we were all on the same page with it.
So the first step to making it work is communication between all parties.
100%.
So, and it doesn't mean communication through text message. I think those are conversations that you need to have
In person,
Yep.
over the phone, and really iron out like what you're looking for, because you're talking about a little life here.
Yeah.
And
not just a little.
And at that
life.
time, he was only, 2? No,
Yeah.
3? So he's still growing. 2
It's not
going on
just
3.
like not just a little life. This is like he's if this shit go the wrong way, it's gonna traumatize him
Yeah.
for the rest of his life. Like we understand, we've been through things and we've seen what happened with our parents. Like my parents were never together, so like I don't know. My parents have dated. Like my dad, he eventually got married, but like. That shit was felt toxic until I was like 25. Like that whole
I
situation.
remember you talking about that
like,
actually on one of the podcasts.
Yeah, like it's like I never saw my mom and my stepmom in the same room together, and if they was, it was very tense. Like as a kid, knowing that, so it's like just one of those things where like it's like me growing up and knowing that like if this don't work out right, that could be crazy for the kid.
How I like to say it's confusion causes chaos.
yeah. When my dad was doing his thing, and he had a lady before Lisa, gasp. Can you believe it? She was evil twin, very nasty lady. Could not stand her. But
Sometimes you got to take what Red says with a grain of salt, because when she met Lisa, she thought Lisa was the same.
I thought Lisa was a terrible, very mean lady. Could not. No,
you gotta take her with a grain of salt.
Lisa had to let her know what it was.
no, but I didn't like the lady that my dad dated before, and it was like you could tell like she probably didn't like us either, but we are as kids, like we had to show different ways that we didn't like them, and as a child you can't really all the time communicate that. You show it through behavior.
So
it's like
I
not
was gonna say
listening.
Billy feels like the kind of guy
Yeah.
that like go to Liam and be like, so how do you feel about Jaleesa?
So you have to pay attention to behavior too, because the kid isn't always going to say, I don't like this person.
He just turned 5, 2-3 days ago on the 16th. And the great thing about him too, he expresses himself a lot more to me, and that's the cool thing. We have conversations now, like we were talking, but he says it. Hey, is coming over? Like, no, not today, buddy. But that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, that is
he's
a good
expecting
thing.
that, and then he also, when am I gonna see mom? So he has that love and respect what I've been teaching from the beginning, and that's, I think, is key as well, is having that. As long as he sees me do it, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't see me do that, he's gonna act out, like you said, Rez. He's gonna act out based off of how dad does things.
Yeah.
So I just got to make sure I keep my head on, because no matter what, even when I can't see him looking at me, he's looking at me. When I can't think he's hearing me, he's hearing me. So I'm very mindful with that as well. But it's key. It's very important.
So how did you decide on the year being the timeline?
Because that was also me working on me. Like we talked about, I just told her, I said, I want to do it at least a year, but it wasn't like a year after 365 we can, but it was, at that time it was.
Hey, tell somebody else, like, ma'am, you got a year. Don't talk to no nigga for a year, and then we can reconvene.
Yeah, basically no introduce no woman to my, to my son for a whole year. It was just something that we said.
The Facebook algorithm, like
like with that same message come back in the memories.
Yeah, relationship police. Yeah, the relationship police or something.
Right.
But no, it was just something we said, number one, but also it was a year for me to work on me. You know, coming out of a marriage, going into co-parenting.
Oh,
all
this was
new.
real.
This was real.
Like, because a lot of niggas just have. I was messing with her. She got pregnant. And now we co-parenting.
Yeah.
Like you was really in a whole thing.
I was in a whole thing, and coming out of that, it was just okay. Whoever's in my life next, I gotta be who I need to be 100%. And that was me working on me, and then me co-parenting, me working on being a dad. That was my focus point of a year of doing that, and that was just what I said to myself. And the great thing about it is when I met Jaleesa, she said that she's working on herself as well for the next year. So it was like me too. But that's why, the first year of us meeting, it was just having great conversation and communicating. And then from there, still, enjoying each other's company, enjoying those great things. But then, like I said, leading in, talking about my son and things like that, where it was just part of the conversation. So, but it took time, you know what I mean? And I think sometimes people rush it, which is also a thing. Like I just want him to see, I want, him or her to see, or him, depending on what's going on, him or her to see my son or daughter now. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't, don't push. That's one thing. Don't push, another person who's coming into your life onto your kid, because you don't know if they're ready. And at the end of the day, that is also vital. And that was just I wanted to see how my son interacts with her, because I already knew that she was going to be great with him. I wanted to see how my son interacts with her, because it's a new woman in the picture. It's in the sense of new woman figure.
The dynamic, well, I guess he was 2, but the dynamic that he knew,
of course,
has changed. And so it's like,
yes,
all right, now we got to add a new variable here to see how he does with that.
And now he's, like I said, he's asking, where is she coming over? Nope, she's not here. He wakes up, is she here? Nope, she's not here. You know what I mean? And then he knows now. I say, hey, give Jaleesa a hug, say bye, say goodnight. He does it now without me saying it. And I say it's nighttime. He goes to her, give her a hug. All right, Jaleesa, good night. It's time to go to bed. So he understands, and he's learning still. He's still 5, but he's still understanding the dynamic of what's going on. And that's just, I'm just praying for all the best and the worst. I mean, praying for the best and preparing for the worst, but preparing for the best.
Right.
Put it that way.
So were there green flags? I know there's obvious red flags that, let you know that you don't want to introduce somebody to your child. But what were some of the green flags?
Like, well, how do you figure out?
How do you know, oh, this is...
All right. And with that, like, this, okay, the time is here. Like, this is somebody I can kick it with, and now we can do this.
Because if I'm sitting at dinner with you and we see a kid crying and you say "fuck them kids," now
that's
I'm automatically thinking,
red flag for a
I don't know if I can.
Hey, bro, you swear you me today? You swear you me today?
I can say the green flags, from what I saw, were honestly the conversations about kids.
Yeah,
wanting to have kids. The conversation of asking me about my son. Mm-hmm. Never met him, but still asking questions. Oh, how's he doing?
Nice. So not acting like he doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Some people will do that.
And I think, I didn't meet him yet. So, you know what I mean? It was never that. It was, oh, how's he doing? This, that, and the third. And I may talk about this, that, and the third, or about him. And that was also a plus. That was a green light or a green flag, that I was like, okay, like this is, and like I said, it was just time, because I was like, there needs to not be any more time wasted. Because I'm feeling like I need to make this more serious. Yeah. So the more serious doesn't include just me and my feelings. It also includes my son coming into the picture. It also includes talking about more future. It also talked about all those things. So I was like, okay, like if we're gonna make this real,
this man over here on this podcast talking like he found a new like a life partner. You hear this vibe that he got going on? Like,
listen, I'm not looking for anything. I'm not looking for part time. That's what it was.
Shit, bro.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, me taking a year off for myself wasn't for me to take a year off of finding me to then to then get a part-time relationship. I'm like, listen, but it was just a lot, but a lot of good stuff. But I can say that those are a couple of the green lights that I could think offhand. There's so many more. I guarantee after we get off the podcast, I could probably, that too. But those are the main ones that I could say was the time.
Yeah, it's some red flags that I can think of.
Oh yeah, hundreds.
Girls partying all the time.
Yeah, I don't think about having kids.
If you want to shade them, let them shade.
I'm not shading them. I'm just saying, like, if you are bringing a kid into an environment, it's hard for you to be out every weekend if that's the time where most people spend time with their kids.
Yeah.
The fun part, my favorite thing to do online is to watch the girls that say, I don't just let any nigga meet my kids. Yeah. Knowing that I met their kid and we was never nothing serious. Like, fam, we wasn't serious and I met your kid.
Oh my gosh.
Like, well, like I've been there.
This shit just really
I picked them up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, no. Liar.
In the Think Like a Man book, Steve Harvey said that you should.
I thought you was pausing because anything from Steve Harvey don't sound like a go.
Hold up.
So in the Steve Harvey Think Like a Man book, I read it when I was younger. He said, let him meet the kids. If you have children, Harvey says,
Is that how you say it?
you introduce them early on.
Your Steve Harvey sound a lot like Goofy.
Because you also want to check on compatibility between them. So I guess he's trying to say, like, you don't want to be feeling a girl so much, and then when you introduce the kids, it's like, I hate her. Who is this lady? But I think in your case, it worked out because Liam was so young.
Yeah, I think Steve Harvey got a point to an extent, but of course, like you said, because Liam was so young, he's just taking the vibe off of how I'm bringing her to the table and how she's coming to the table.
Yeah.
So I think that was a plus behind that as well, but. I get where he's coming from, just because at the end of the day, if the child is a priority, I need to make sure that this woman or guy, whatever it is coming into the situation. I want to make sure that they're good.
Glad you said that, because now I need to know, like, how you feel, like what can your energy be for now? Your new ex-wife has got this new guy. And you know what I'm saying? You got this Yankee, you from New York, you might be a Mets fan, so this nigga got this Boston Red Sox hat on, and this nigga don't got on the new Jays, he got on fucking Skechers, you know what I'm saying? Not an entrepreneur. He's a worker, not an entrepreneur type nigga. He's nothing like you. So like what
he's a lawyer, or like.
She done upgraded from you. Like she got a ball player now. Now what is your energy like? You can't fuck with him.
No, listen. At the end of the day, this is my thing. Okay, if the respect level to my son is there, that's all I care about.
What if he don't fuck with you?
It's not. It ain't about me.
All right.
To be honest, I don't care. I told her, and I said this to her too, and I'm being very honest. I said I don't care who you date, as long as the respect level to my son is, and vice versa. Because my son is always gonna respect every man. Period. I teach him that respect. However, I also talk about with that situation. I'm like, listen, as long as the respect to my son is there, I don't care who you. I don't care. I don't care. It's irrelevant to my life and where I'm going. But as long as my son is like, okay, my son's safe, and I know you're not going to put him in any danger. So at the end of the day, I just look at that part of it. So to be honest, I don't care if it was Bobby, Fred, I don't care who it is, as long
I
as
think you said Bobby Flay.
I was about to say, she upgraded to Bobby Flay. I need to meet that nigga so I can tell that nigga he be cheating. Bobby Flay is some bullshit that we need to investigate.
Who is that?
Bobby Flay a cook, and he got a TV show where you get cooks to compete, and then in the first round and in the second round, you cook your favorite dish to beat Bobby Flay. But in the fucking show, the judges will go up to Bobby Flay, and Bobby Flay making fucking sauteed French fries and go, "Hey Bobby, this kind of salty," which is not part of the game here, bro. You can't tell a nigga that it's salty. If it's salty, the judge is supposed to taste it salty, and he lose. But they be helping the nigga, and I don't think that's fair for society. I just wanted to make that. Sorry, that was a sidebar, but I wanted to say that. Bobby be cheating. It's crazy.
Bobby be cheating. No, but either way, it doesn't matter who it is. I just make sure that my son is safe.
Yeah,
that is it. And I've had a conversation with him, and I said, "Listen,
with the son or the guy?
The guy.
Oh shit!
I just told him. I said, "Listen, the conversation between us. I said, you have my contact. I have yours. The biggest thing right now is that if his mom can't call me and there's something I need to know about my son, you better call me. That's it. Nothing else to talk about.
Yeah,
there really is nothing else. Like, yo, you want to go? No, there's nothing.
What if
else.
he did though?
There's nothing else.
But what if he was like, yo, let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to a drink. Let's hang out. Like, cause I feel like those be the environments that get back to the back burner, like when they have the t-shirts with the baseball and it was like the stepfather of the player, or stepmom of the player, or dad of the, you know what I'm saying? Those are environments fire. Like I
get it. The only time we've ever been at
family vacation.
The only time, and Nick Cannon did it too.
I don't think we should talk about.
Nick Cannon got a lot of family names.
Those are two names we should probably leave out of this equation.
Yeah, you're right. That is very true. Yeah. But I can say we've been in the same environment because my son has a birthday, right? And he's been at the party with her. But it's the dynamic of it's the story that's being told. Yeah. I don't have to be like, go to, hey, bro, I don't have to do that. He don't have to do that, and he doesn't. And it's cool with me. It's great. He focus on what you got to focus on. I'm gonna focus on what I got to focus on.
That's good enough.
Yeah. What else? And it's not I'm not like I just
He don't
care.
make you uncomfortable. You
just don't care.
We here to do what we supposed to do. Go about our business,
and we'll go exactly.
I respect
and
it.
the biggest, like I said, the happy medium is Liam, and that's where my focal point is. When my focus gets off of that, then this will be a different type of talk on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I'll be talking about that dude, and it's too much time in my head. I don't let people rent space in my head.
So is it safe to say the people who have issues with their baby mama or baby father moving on still have feelings for them? And that's what causes the problems?
It could be. It very much so could be.
It's either
It very very much so could be the situation.
It's either the word is feelings, but I know it's you using it. But I think it's just the general definition of word feelings.
Yeah.
Because if she was still hurt by their
Relationship.
thing, she could be like no, don't have my son near that bitch. Don't do it at all. She could be having that attitude, not because she still want him, just because whatever he did to her or whatever happened between them hurt her enough to now she's lashing this out. And I think that's what people go through.
And the blessing is that that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like they know each other. You know, they see each other. They were just together. We were just together last week. For the birthday party. Gave her a hug and then, hey, how's everything? I was good. And it's cordial. It's where it should be. Because once again, I said in the beginning, my son is watching even when he don't think he is.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
So he sees what's going on.
Oh yeah, and he's at that level. He's asking questions, and he's we getting a little attitudes here and there, and we're fixing that. But he's asking questions, and that'll be a question that I don't want if that was to happen. You know what I mean? So
I think that's a good example to set. I didn't grow up seeing that either. I didn't get to see my mom and Lisa share a space until the wedding, actually. And when they did share that space, I was like,
wait a
about to
minute.
happen?
yeah, I was like, is everything going to be cool? Are they going to talk to each other? Like,
We learn something about this nigga every week.
yeah, I hadn't seen them share a space because
It was my wedding too, and that's the first time I'm hearing that.
no, because growing up, my mom had her things and she wasn't around for a bit. And Lisa was there. They never shared space. It wasn't like one of those things where it's my birthday and my mom comes and Lisa's there too. It wasn't any of those.
out here.
It wasn't any of those scenarios. So no, it was just one birthday. My mom literally had some stuff. She was away for a while, so it wasn't 2 birthdays. It was my dad and Lisa for a good amount of time. So when they finally came together, I was like,
it was new.
all right,
new
here we go.
environment.
Which
It was a
is
new environment.
crazy because
And it's like,
The feeling that you had is the
Yeah.
same feeling I think anyone would have for the first time.
right.
Yeah.
It was the first time.
And being there, like being at that wedding until she said it, you never would have known it. You never would have known it because it was like
Because everybody was like just happy.
because it's like a bunch.
Because
there's
you know
group
why?
pictures of them together.
other
Like
thing about
I
it-
seen a picture of Lisa and her together in a picture.
And I think that sometimes the reason why it wasn't like the thoughts, because we always think about what happens, the what if, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why that's a normal feeling, but the reason why it didn't happen because that day wasn't about no one else but them. Yeah. If as soon as someone gets selfish, this dude. But at the end of the day, people can. But during weddings, we've seen all types of stuff on
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
People get selfish. But at the end of the day, that was the situation. Everyone was focused on these two rather than themselves. But I think that also
That's
lets
the
them.
same
That
thing.
also does, but it also lets them grow up. Like we can be cordial in the same environment, and we don't have to worry about anything too. So I think it was a plus on both ends, which
Yeah.
is good. So we all learned something.
I always say something about her.
He out here potting. Man.
give it up for Billy, man.
Trying to be cool.
You trying to start a podcast?
Right, trying to be cool.
Big Daddy Energy was the last one, right?
You trying to start it?
Is that why you keep saying that?
was
I'm
cool.
so
Yeah,
confused.
I was like, I was like, you trying
I remember the name. That was
That's
cool.
crazy.
You trying to
Yeah.
start a podcast at the vault, Billy?
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
think it's safe to tell the ladies out there, right, Billy? It's okay. Don't be afraid to step outside the box and date somebody that got some kids. Everybody ain't acting a fool out here.
Yeah, I said that to myself. I don't want to date anybody that has kids.
So I guess
Which
so.
that in its
Well, how you even?
When did you tell yourself that?
when I was younger. When I was younger. This is when I was no.
Like, nigga, you got a kid.
I was about to say, not
This
coming
is
out of your
before. No. This
marriage.
is not coming.
I was about to say, what are you
Wait,
talking about?
Nothing
Like,
adds
you
up
saying
right now.
shit.
The whole conversation
Right.
that we just had does not add up. No, before even kids were even a picture. When I was single in college too, I don't want to date anybody with kids. I actually talking to 2 people that had kids, and I was like, nah. I was like, no, I don't want to because of the kid situation. So I'm glad that karma did not happen to me because I would have been missing out.
Yeah.
So, on that,
Yo, he be out here. He be talking, yo.
I'm just saying.
A part of me thought he said Klarma and he was gonna get it back. Like,
I had my four payments. I was like
thought
four
that's what
easy
he said.
installments of $32.99. But at the end of the day, that's what it was. I was just glad that didn't happen. But I thought I felt like that. I never wanted to date anybody with kids. And
I did. I thought the same thing until I did it. And when I did it, I was like, I always thought I was the respectable person here. Like the nigga had beef with me for no reason. Like my whole role there was like I was the guy that went and got the kid from daycare. I was the guy that he spent most of the time with. Like you was a weekend father. Like nigga, like you not here all the time. Like me and you don't connect. And he came with a lot of animosity to me. And I was like, like I don't understand why, because
I tell you that.
Hey.
Listen,
Territorial.
Yep, and a lot of when someone feels like another man is popping into the picture, it can happen. Yeah. But that's just a boy and not a man.
Yeah, niggas is wild. But I got out of that stage quick. I was like, nah, I gotta find somebody who ain't got that because I don't need them kind of problems in my life no more.
No, definitely.
I don't need them, bro. It's not worth it. Like,
So quick question. So going back to the Steve Harvey thing, when he says do it fast. So I know a year worked out for you, but do you feel like you could have did it earlier? Would
you have waited had you not found somebody in the middle? Like, you know what? I think this could be my person. Because what happens is you might have found somebody. It was like I kind of vibe with her a little bit. And then you'd have been like, I'm old. Like, I'll stop this. Like, I found somebody. I don't really need the entire year. Like, I think I got one. Would you have been open to do that, or was
100%, yes. And I guess I can't. So if I say yes to that, then it makes it seem as if I didn't find or think.
Because I'm sure you was in the year. There was somebody, women you was talking to.
But the at the end of the day, like the separate, you co-parenting was a definite, right? So like that doesn't really change, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like we know that's always going to be the same, but you could have met anybody, right? Or you could just say, hey, like my thing is a year, but your gut feeling tells you something else, right? And you might say, well, I told myself a year, but are you gonna like listen to your head, or are you gonna listen to like that gut? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I say I could say it took as long as it did, just cause it wasn't like like I said, my year aspect. I wanted to take a year just to focus on me, and that realm. But I also was like trying to still make sure that relationship was where it needed to be. However, I will say that it could have probably been sooner, but it just wasn't. And I think it just played out right.
Because the other part was that you were working on yourself, so there's no time limit on how long.
I said, I wasn't rushing it.
All right.
I didn't want to rush it either.
Let's pod for a little bit. Because this is the conversation niggas start to have. When you say you was working on yourself, what were you doing exactly? Let's start talking. What was you doing exactly?
Because that's my favorite line when it's time to break up.
Hey, bro, I've been at home working on myself. I don't want to find nobody until I'm good with myself. And the whole time you just been at home chilling.
Not doing nothing.
Watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, watching Kevin Samuels trying to figure out what I could do to be an alpha male.
So my definition of that definition, what I was doing for me. First off, I was trying, like I said, coming out of a marriage. I was trying to figure out, okay, how did this go wrong? Okay, because I'm looking to get married again. That is that at that time. So if I'm looking to get married again, what could I do to never ever have this happen again? So it's not like infidelity or anything stupid like that happened in my past relationship. Right. So that was my biggest thing. So a lot of my priorities weren't in order. That's what me working on myself. What is the priorities? It was my son, and my alignment is God, family, business, right? So, and at that time, it was God, business, family, not intentional. I was building my business for my family, right? So I don't have to worry about anything. However, I just had to flip it back and really had to get honed in with that line of my line of my standards and values. Right. That was me working on me. But also, I was also trying to be a parent. I was just 2 years old. I'm still trying to learn parenting. Mm-hmm. So I was still trying to learn parenting, but now I'm doing it by myself. To an extent. Yeah, mom is in the picture.
But when you with me, it's me.
It's me. And I'm on my own. I'm like, okay, I'm living on my own. You know what I mean? So I'm living on my own. I got my son on my own. He needs this. He needs that. He got Her socks are missing. Huh? I mean, so things like that. You know,
You can't feed them chicken nuggets.
I can't. Yeah, chicken
Hey,
nuggets.
hold on, bro. Them
Chicken
dinosaur
nuggets 6
nuggets go
days a
crazy.
week. Yeah, chicken
nuggets
nuggets 6
every
days a
day.
week with pizza on the day and on a Friday because
Fire.
it's Pizza Friday. I can't do that every day. But I had to figure that out. Cooking more, learning those different things. Like it was me really, truly figuring out who I was, and
Learning
who
how to use the parental advisory on the tablet.
Listen, I this is a statement, and EA told me, heard me say this before. Actually, it's written on my wall, and I have it on a book too. It says, "Male by birth, man by choice."
Right.
And that was and now is just the option for me to be a man or not. And now I have to man up and do everything I need to do. So that was just how I had to look at that, and that's literally was me for that year. Of just getting the other, whether it's been 6 months or whatever, but it was a year is what it took, and I'm excited that I took that year to get me right. So I appreciate you asking though.
He's with a
That's
skip right
right.
over there.
That's
That man
right.
he be politicking, yo. That's cool.
He slid right out of there.
So that's what it meant.
That
That's
nigga
what
ain't
it
tell
meant.
he ain't tell us in detail. He ain't tell us what his algorithms on YouTube look like. What was you watching?
Man, so which videos did you watch?
Who told you that you needed to learn how to cook? That ain't come out, nigga. You was fine eating takeout. Yeah.
Billy
That's how it
Harden.
was.
Billy Harden. He just
Euro through it.
Euro through it.
Harlem shaking through all the pressure. I see it.
Right.
That's how we
So,
New Yorkers do.
I mean, let's go ahead and take a break and come back with our final thoughts on this discussion.
This was fun.
It is fun.
Yes, it is.
Boy, Harlem shaking.
And we're back from our break. Let's go, Meezy.
We was
Let's go,
about to
Meezy.
get into final thoughts, but during that break, I came up with some wild shit. Like I had to sit here and think about it because when you explain the year, how do you explain? Hey, I like you, but I'm doing this year thing, and like, because most women, you tell them like, not right now. It's like, all right, this nigga don't want me. It's over.
Yeah,
Like, I don't need
He's
it.
not serious.
Yeah, he ain't about shit. He ain't trying to make this move now.
Yep.
And he probably got some other bitches. This is generally how that goes. You got other women. If you're not focused on me, if you're not ready to do this right now, you got some other shit with you.
So
how was you able to finesse this?
So I said finesse it. But the thing about it was that she was also trying to figure out when it came to Julie, she was also getting herself together for a year, coming out of a relationship, just getting herself together for what's next in her life, which was the plus in the situation. So I met someone who was on the same wavelength as getting themselves together so that they can be the person they need to be for the next person in their life.
So how you explain to her, like, look, I don't want you to like.
I would say it was organic because it was talked about, but it was organic because we just enjoyed each other's company. Right. Like at the time that she said to me that she didn't, was working on herself, we'd like, we'll talk, but then we started talking more and more. It was just communicating. It was just like, it happened. It was organic. Right. But the other part too, to the part about just the question about my son and reference to that as well, that part was also mutual because she also said that literally she gets attached to kids pretty quickly.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, she said, before you even introduce me to your son, I want to make sure that we're right. Because I'm attached to kids, and it was literally like, and when she said, I was like, I was like, okay, cool. But when the first day she met my son, it was like, they connected. That was also a plus. So they connected right away, and that was cool. And she connected with him, and I was like, okay,
That's better than old girl who says she wasn't trying to have a kid in this scenario.
Know your worth, queen.
So like, I don't even want to know this kid because if I get attached to the kid and this don't work, that's crazy.
She said she wanted to make sure you ain't have bad vibes.
Yeah, basically. No, hey, truth is truth.
What if you like the kid, but you don't like the dad? Let the kid cool, but
how many times that happened?
It probably happens. It happens.
But that's why I think, and then going back to my initial statement, not rushing that whole process, man. Take your time. If you're serious, and then if both parties are serious, it'll happen. It'll happen organically.
But I feel like in this age, I feel like a year is too long for some, like in just in terms of time.
I think that's based on the person.
Yeah,
time.
I think it makes sense to do it for a year because you think about all the stuff that you're learning about.
It's 4
somebody
seasons,
in a
right?
year.
Everything happens. People, I'm just saying.
Yep, you get to see them in the winter, in the spring, in the summer when it gets hot girlish,
Right,
and in the fall when it gets thirsty.
So,
Hey, calling fall thirsty
Fall
is
is
hilarious.
thirsty as
So
hell.
let's clarify, and I'm prying here. Okay, so in that year, right? Yes, it was. You waited a year before before he was introduced. But were you guys official within that year, or were you guys like talking within that year?
Talking. We made it official like literally a month after that.
Yeah,
because
after the year,
because one thing is like, I mean, luckily you didn't go through the what is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying,
he's saying
that's a thing though.
Yeah, but he's telling us that they had already established that this is what we're doing with each other.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like your scenario is very unique.
Very
very unique.
Rare.
Very, very rare.
It's like LeBron when they found him at 13.
I'm talking like holographic Charizard.
Yeah, like we didn't know this is what this was. Like, yeah, very rare.
Like, it's just I'm just trying to find all the different like.
I wanna get messy because I want to get a little tea. Hold on, wait a minute.
Where your cup at?
Get a little tea a little bit.
Here we go.
I want to know so now you found this person.
Yes.
Like, where are we at with the emergency happens? We was at the crib chilling. I've gotta go, so now I gotta leave Liam here with Jaleesa, my girl. I gotta leave her here,
or bring him to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The ex-wife calls and is like, "Hey, you need to come get him now. I got something I need to do, and yet you can't go do it. So your best option, because you're gonna see Jaleesa later. Jaleesa, you go get him, and bring him, and we're gonna be together later. How do you make that work?
It's all right.
Exactly why there's no
grass, all grass.
The biggest thing how to make that work is once again communication. Lack of communication causes chaos. So us having the communication with that is number one. But two, there has been times that has happened where I had to leave, Liam with Jaleesa so that, and then Jew and vice versa. Prime example, I had actually, not to get too personal, but I had to go to the hospital at one point. And literally it was me, Jaleesa, and Liam. And having to go to the hospital, I went and I let know. And I was like, listen, this is, I had to go to the hospital, XYZ, just keeping the family in tune with my health. And on the flip side of that, she was like, where's Liam? I said, he's with Jaleesa. Is there anything you need from me? No, she said, he's good then. I said, yeah. And that right there is another form of trust that has been built. So there's nothing necessarily that I have to worry about because my son is in good hands. And that was the thing. Is my son in good hands? Yep. And that because of just all the past conversations and relationships that, as far as the relationship growing that we've talked about, then there's nothing to worry about. I'm good. He's good. And
this nigga won't miss, bro. This nigga will not miss, bro. We cannot catch this nigga, bro. This nigga is living in a utopia.
Yeah. Who's your media trainer, yo?
Who's my media trainer?
We can't get this nigga, bro. I don't even want to talk to him no more. What can I do, bro?
Where the song at?
I can't get him, bro.
If you're in the comments,
fuck you.
If you're in the comments, let us know how we could stump him.
Bro. Let us know how you stump me.
I can't, bro. Let's get to the song of the week, bro.
Textually. All right, before we get out of here, let's go ahead and share a meme or two. I saw, where's the memes that I had? I got a meme. When gas was $1.65, I used to drive around and clear my mind. Now I gotta live with these thoughts.
That is good.
That's crazy.
That is good.
I'm prepared. I just can't find it. I got a bunch of shit. I got memes. I had to tell I had to post for the gram real quick. A nigga done finished his certificate program from NYU. We out here partying. Let's get it. We out here. We outside. I lost my meme. Fuck it. I just make one up because I lost it because I used the one that's on my phone right now. E, you got one? Nope. Wasn't prepared. Fuck it. Listen, it's getting hot, bro. It's getting hot. We outside. If motherfuckers are in your business, let them be in your business because we outside. It don't matter. Shit, it don't matter no more. Fuck it. We've been in the house for 2 years. If they in your business, if somebody asks how they know we fucked, tell them cause we did. Cause we did.
That's right. Do you have a meme or anything to leave the people with? before
Leave
we go,
these
Billy?
niggas with some positive words of whatever you got going on, because your life seems like it's in order.
Yeah.
Nigga took a year and got his whole shit in order.
It's
Ain't that
going
crazy?
swell.
Nigga came out of chaos like a phoenix that rise from the ashes.
Listen,
Listen.
if you hired Olivia Pope, just say so.
Yeah, like, nigga, if your scandal is crazy and they spun it, what the fuck?
Man, there's so much I could say, but so much I've been in my mind. But I could just say I'm just excited to be with y'all.
All right.
This
yes.
is the Vault. This is Textually Active. I'm just pumped to be here with y'all.
Yes, and we're going to continue to vibe and continue to have a good time this weekend. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn.
Tell them about the
Snapchat,
business.
all
We
that.
got waters now.
Yes,
Black man
having
with
our
water.
own company,
Listen,
on water, on energy drink. We have everything. But R&B Sigma, so R&B Sigma SIGMA,
You know, at this
because I rep
point-
that blue phi
but
all day.
it might be time to change that.
Change what?
You might have to change the Instagram.
I know. I thought about that too.
It might be time to change it now. You gotta switch it up now.
I know.
Nah, keep it
But
the
everyone
same.
knows.
Nah,
it,
you gotta change it now. You
Getting
gotta
a little
change
bit older?
it. My
That's what
nigga, not just because we
'Cause
got
I'm a
things.
business owner.
We doing things.
We doing things.
now, bro. We need to know who this is.
Yes.
It's cool.
But
But
Billy
I-
Fountain on everything else.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming, Billy. We
Thank
really
y'all for the
appreciate
invite,
you
man. Appreciate y'all.
making the time to come on the episode. Everybody that's listening, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We drop episodes every Tuesday. And, share this episode with a cousin or somebody. You know
Indeed.
what I'm saying?
Share with somebody who having baby mama, baby father issues.
Yeah, so that they can work it out so you don't
Because-
got to keep listening to it.
Because I know this nigga get tired of going to your grandma's house to pick up the kid.
Right.
Like, nigga, he should be able to just drop him off. It's a
Baby.
gas shortage. Save him the gas, bro. Grandma's house out the way. You know, she done lived in that house for 25 years and ain't moving.
Grandma
That's
said
not
she done
between-
raised her kids
Nigga,
too. So grandma not even trying to raise your kids. She told me the other day, I raised my kids. So
And
that's on her.
Bro, I saw a video of them going crazy. He kicked the grandma in the stomach. Like, who's watch? Like, y'all gotta watch your own
Protect
kids.
y'all grandmas,
Protect the
man.
grandmas is the vibe for this year, bro. They leaving
your
us too soon.
grandmas.
Protect the grandmas,
Come on now.
Don't sell grandma house.
All right, y'all. We
or
out.
at least get a real bag for grandma house.
That's right.
Don't just do it because you poor. Gentrification. Hey, what Hope say? Dumbo, like in the trillions,
Sound like Dumbo.
like.
That's right.
That's hilarious.
All right, we'll be back next week. Bye.
Appreciate it.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
Like it.
With your broke ass.
Textually active.